Hello everybody, welcome. Well, I hope you've all had a good Christmas and that you enjoyed the festivities and also the true meaning of Christmas, I hope. I'm here in the studio and today is the day after Christmas. As we say in England, it's Boxing Day, and I was talking to my daughter today in England on the phone, and I was sort of talking with her, asking her about just turn off that noise of that fan, asking her if she knew why Boxing Day was called Boxing Day. And she said, "Oh yes, Daddy, I just read about it this morning." So I said, "Oh, well, tell me about it." And she said it's because the day after Christmas Day there are lots and lots of empty boxes around. And in the old Victorian houses in England, that day was to do with putting away all the paraphernalia of Christmas and all the old boxes, and getting them all put away. I'm not sure actually if that is actually absolutely the real root of the word Boxing Day, where it comes from, but I'll have to check it out again. Why Boxing Day is called Boxing Day. I know it's got something to do with boxes. I thought it was something to do with like giving a box, gifts in boxes to, I don't know, the tradesmen or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, I'm just up here in this little pottery room that I've got inside, away from the below sub-zero temperatures that there are outside, although it's not snowing like it is in England. No one in England can believe that it's not snowing over here in the USA. I've got a few things here I can show you them. Whoops. There's something to be careful of. You see, if you've got things under plastic wraps, when you lift the plastic off, you have to be careful because you can pull them over onto the floor. I've got a few little projects I'm doing here. I'm about to make for you a teapot. Well, not for you, for me actually. But I've got something here that I thought that we could make together at some point. I do want to make some more of them. Probably the best thing is if I zoom in the camera down here on the wheel, and then you can see it a bit better. Why don't we just move the camera lock, stock and barrel a little closer, and then I can zoom in. I'm using my old video camera, which has better sound but not quite such good. Yeah, but what I'm going to actually do is I need to make some teapots. Just a few teapots, and then I thought about you guys, and I thought, well, I just want to show you this little fella there. This is hope you can see that. It's a bit on zoom at the moment, and it's sometimes easy to get out of the picture, but it's just it's actually thrown as a pot. You can appreciate on the wheel like that. Well, first of all, let me tell you what it is. Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a soap dish. And so you throw it, and then you put it over on its side, and you indent it, but not too far down. So you get this sort of like double layer. It allows, anyway, the bar of soap to remain in there, to drain through to the underside part where there's a hole here, so you can pour away the water from the drips of the soap dish. And then I put some little feet on it with like claws, a bit like those old baths, those cast iron baths that had the lion's feet. Anyway, this is the idea. It's a prototype idea, and I'm going to make a few more of those. Anyway, they are a little bit finicky to make, a little bit of attention to detail, and So maybe a simplified version is what we'll have to do. Anyway, what I want to do is make here for us a teapot, and I've got there 2 pounds of clay, and let's have a look here. 2 pounds of clay, and so teapots, what do we think of about when we're thinking about making a teapot? Teapot's quite a difficult thing to make in some ways. I'm going to make a teapot that's pretty much a simple derivation from a cylinder. So 2 pounds of clay, switch on the wheel. Now I suggest anybody perhaps who's never made a teapot before, this is possibly a good type of teapot to make. We're trying to make a teapot that has got a wide belly and is very rounded, etc. Is a little bit harder, plus you've got to allow enough clay at the top to make for the lid, the gallery. So basically what I'm going to do is make a cylinder. Well, you all know how to make cylinders, don't you? I know you do, because you've been practicing. Well, I hope you can make a cylinder. It's one of the first and most basic things that one should learn how to make on a wheel, is to be able to make a cylinder well, as you all know. Where's my sponge on a stick? Ah, there it is. So, going down, widening it, bringing the clay up. Now you see how the form is developing. It's basically cylindrical, although it's not a true cylinder. It's slightly bowed in the side, because that is more aesthetically pleasing than if it was just a literal straight-sided. Cylinder. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring it in here at the top using the 6 points of contact like that. We're going to collar it at the top, reducing the diameter at the top. You notice when you reduce the diameter at the top though like that, it tends to, it bows out and gets wider just here. Okay, so you're just going to make a little bit of a correction there. Now this here we have to determine now is what is going to be the diameter that's going to take the lid. So now if I press in on here on the shoulder, I don't want to let it get wide just here, you see. So by keeping it slightly in there like that, it will give me better control of when I'm going to make the gallery at the top here. So I'm just going to narrow this in a little bit further. Now you have to think of practical considerations here. Tea leaves in the pot or tea bags, getting them in and out. You don't want to make this too small here and too constrictive. Neither do you want to make it too wide, because then it conflicts with if you're going to put lugs on it and you've got a cane handle, say, on the top. It can conflict with that. So this is the challenge of making a teapot. There's a lot of different considerations to bear in mind. Okay, well we're going to make the gallery. Maybe I can just move the chair a touch. I don't know if you're going to see it, but I'm going to use the back side of my finger, turn around like that, with this finger on the inside. So I'm going to dig in from the outside and pull out from the inside. And watch. See that? So using your finger here as like the fixed point. Alright, you then, with the finger on the inside, you pull the clay up and around that finger. Now, the next thing I need to think about is the depth of the gallery. You see, I'm a bit punching the teapot around a bit because I was thinking it was looking a bit squat down there. So, I haven't made one. I haven't made a teapot for quite a long time actually. So, right, I'm not happy with the form. You see, you've got to learn to, if you see something isn't quite right, you want to be able to make a correction. So you want to know how to do it. You know, you see what I've been doing here? I've been collecting the clay and pulling it up like this. So now it's, because it wasn't quite going the way I wanted it to. Whoa, we've changed the shape now, haven't we? Now I'm going to go back again and right, now I'm going to take my throwing stick here. I'm going to do a little work down the bottom there, put in a bit of an undercut. I sort of think of this as a teapot that's, for someone who's never made a teapot before, this is perhaps one of the easiest types to begin on, you know. So what's the next question I'm going to ask myself here? Width. Relation to the width here to the width of the body, and I'm feeling I still want to just tweak it a little bit here. Again, with this finger and the finger on the inside, pull the clay up. You see, like that. Oop. Well, yeah, it'd be good to make a cup of tea without having to throw the tea bag into the mug, and rather have a nice cup of lapsang souchong made in a pot. So, just working on the top here, getting it as I want it. Get my leather the top there. Okay. So now I've done that, what I've got to do is I've got to measure that, okay? So I'm going to take a measurement with the calipers, the outside measurement of the gallery there, the outside measurement. Right. This little number is just about ready to come off the wheel. La, 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 la. Now you notice I'm cleaning the outside. I put in the undercut, very important, and then cleaning the outside here of the teapot, because that's what's going to make it easier for me to get off the wheel, because I've got to lift him off. So, cut him through with the wire. And now, drying my hands, I'm going to pull back the camera here. And in the next clip, what I'm going to do is going to go on to making the teapot lid and the teapot spout. Alright, so I'm going to put there. Now you'll see where I'm about to put this, I've already made a teapot here, and a spout and a lid. But I'm going to show you the making of that in the next clip. Okay, so I'm now taking the pot like this in the palm. What you want to do is get most contact area as possible. You see, that's why you don't want to lift it off with your fingertips, because your fingertips are going to push into the soft clay. So you give it a big pad of flesh here on each side of with each palm of each hand, and you're going to just lift him off. Hopefully he'll come. Yeah. Okay, now he's off here. You see, now look, you see how flexible he is? See how he can move? Alright, so you've got to be careful there. Put him down carefully, and that's okay. Alright, we're ready to make the lid and the spout. Alright, but I'm going to do them in the next clip, otherwise this one will get too long. Okay, so I'm Leach saying, keep practicing. We'll see you soon.